Here we are, face to face, a couple of silver spoons, hoping to find we're two of a kind. Make it a go.
I beat you.
I know. I was waiting. I was gonna see if
Because you always pop in first, so I was just kind of thinking, well, I'll just pop in before.
That's good. About time you decided to finish first in your life.
Woo! Woo! That's pretty good there, brother. You're gonna rip on me already this morning?
Well, I probably will on your draft, but I will tell you what, we're gonna pick our top 12 draft.
The top, we're doing our first mock draft, so we thought we would be able to kind of put that together. And I think you got like 9 million trades, and I have 1. Is that what we're talking here?
Well, I did one with trades, and I did one with no trades.
Well, which one do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
Well, let's I don't know. So, as again, welcome to the Sports Cave. I am Decker, and I'm joined always by the Hall of Famer, Nolan Dix.
Always.
Always. And I can't read your little blurb down below. NFL guru. Okay. Whatever. And what is my I put no Madison. I know Madison sucked. New Madison sucked.
And now can you read it a little bit better?
Yeah, there you go. I don't.
Oh
yeah, we're a little bit better there. There you go. And I'm corrector, is what I am, because I
correct.
have more. I got more. Couple big moves. Alexander Madison going to be cut by the Vikings. You and I had that back in the preseason that he was terrible. Where do you think he lands, if anywhere?
Madison?
Yeah,
he will be a runner, backup somewhere.
I think he's going to go to Green Bay. I just see that. I just see them because what's his name? Jones is always hurt, and AJ Dillon's always hurt.
Jones will be fine next year.
Well, okay. That's right. He's on your keeper league, so he has to be fine, right?
Yeah, he has to be fine. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Jerry Jones. Hear about good old Jerry Jones?
Yeah,
Cowboys.
Jerry Jones. Yeah.
So wouldn't you, if you say I'm not the father, wouldn't you easily agree to that paternity test? I mean, why would you fight it?
Yeah, you think you would.
Well, then, it's not me. Well, then go take the test. Go take the test. You fathered a girl. Man up. You know, I don't know. I just think it's kind of funny. And then I'm going to put this to rest right now. And these sort of things drive me crazy. I don't know if you read these on Twitter or X or whatever, but there's a rumor out there now that wherever Caleb Williams goes, his father is looking for ownership in an NFL team. It's like, shut the heck up, man. That's like fake news. That's like getting people all wrong.
Well, that was quite a few months ago. They said Caleb Williams himself wanted partial
Caleb
ownership.
Himself, but now they're saying it's his father that wants it. And it's just like, you know what? I mean, there's like fun and saying like, hey, maybe this could happen or maybe this could happen, but don't do stupid crap like
exactly.
Caleb Williams' dad, or it all stems from Richard Williams with the Williams sisters, and then the frickin' LaMelo Ball's dad. What were the Ball kids? Who were they? There was LaMelo,
Lonzo,
and then there's one more, and he's not even.
Lonzo was the one that was drafted, and you've seen him at every game. You've seen him at interviewing all the time.
Yeah,
it's like, why does the media jump all over that?
Right. And to me, that's just stupid. And you give idiots time. Well, here you and I are doing our podcast, but you give idiots time to talk, then they will do it. And we do a pretty good job at it as well.
We do. Yeah, I think we do a pretty good job.
But my rumors aren't like Kirk Cousins is going to get 50% control of the Vikings or whatever.
No, he's got to be on the roster to get that.
Oh, there you go. So,
but Caleb Williams did say with his meeting with the Bears, he said they put up a play on the board, and 10 to 15 minutes later, they asked him to recall it.
Yep.
And then Caleb Williams also said, I enjoyed the meeting. 10 minutes or so is not a long time.
Yeah.
So
So
you're gonna
the,
have to have a little bit more long time than 10 minutes.
yeah. And so the play was handoff to Khalil Herbert. And so that wasn't really hard to remember.
It'd be Saquon Barkley, actually.
Wow. Okay. Somebody just gave you a thumbs up on that, brother.
There you go.
Anyways.
Any ideas of what the Bears or Vikings are doing? Whoever's in here can comment. We will not criticize. We will not laugh. I know Chad's having a tough time.
I'm gonna laugh at some suggestions, but because I did this, so we're gonna do our mock draft, and this is what we think is gonna happen.
Yeah,
and this is pre-free agency, just what we think is gonna happen. So I have one trade and Nolan has 11. And we're only making 12 picks.
not quite 11. Not quite 11.
You got a 4-team trade in there, is what you told me.
Well, I lied about the 4-team trade. These are all one-on-one trades.
Okay, gotcha. Well, should we just start off with that right away?
I could never figure out the 4-team trades, how that's even possible.
You bring this guy to this?
Totally hosed.
That's kind of more in like basketball and baseball, isn't it? I don't
like 7 guys from the Asian European League or something.
There you go. There you go. So all right, so let's go ahead and we'll start off with our first official Decker and Dix Know the Score mock draft 2024. And since your team has the number 1 pick, I will let you go. Will let you go first.
All right, with the first pick in the 2024 NFL draft, the Chicago Bears have traded their pick to the Washington Redskins.
Wow. Okay, so now who does Washington pick?
So the Washington Redskins, who are now
no, the Commanders, my friend.
Oh, the Commanders. Sorry. The Washington Commanders have selected Caleb Williams, quarterback, USC.
Okay, there you go. Okay, well, here's mine. With the number 1 pick in the 2024 NFL draft, the Chicago Bears select Caleb Williams, quarterback from USC. And here's a couple bonus tidbits for you. The contract will basically be done before they draft him, and we will find out Justin Fields this weekend where he will end up. I don't know where he's going to end up, but I think we'll find out this weekend. I know that he's not going to be with the Bears because I think by now, and tell me if I'm wrong, Nolan, if he was going to be staying with the Bears, it probably would have already been revealed that, hey, we're sticking with Fields and we're moving forward. You don't think so?
I'll let you know later on in my draft.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. So you say Washington is going to get Williams, and I think the Bears are going to do it. So, okay. So here we go. Number 2, I got the Commanders at number 2. I think they're going to take Jaden Daniels, quarterback from LSU. That's my number 2.
Okay. With the 2 pick for the Chicago Bears, they are going to hold on to this pick and draft Marvin Harrison.
Wow. Wow. Do you think a wide receiver is that valuable at number 2? That's either a yes or a no.
Trust in Dix here. Trust in polls.
Okay. Trust in Dix. All right. Here's my number 3.
Do you want me to do my number 3 first?
Oh, yeah.
We alternating?
Yeah, we can snake.
All right. Yeah, we go. With the number 3 pick, the New England Patriots have traded their pick to the Las Vegas Raiders.
Wow. And the Raiders select
Jaden Daniels.
Woo.
Is now a Vegas Raider.
Okay. So interestingly enough, my one and only trade is this pick. And I have the Patriots trading it to the Broncos. And the Broncos see a young Drew Brees in a young Drake May and select Drake May, quarterback out of North Carolina.
So Denver selects May.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. Number 4, come back to me. I'm going to say the Arizona Cardinals with Kyler Murray pretty much entrenched at quarterback are going to select Marvin Harrison Jr., wide receiver.
Why do you think wide receiver is that important to draft him at 4?
Yes, I do. Not at 2, but number 4. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
So here's what you need to do. You need to draft what your team needs most with your picks. And I think Arizona needs. And
the Bears need a wide receiver.
They got DJ Moore. This guy
did number 1.
This guy did only last year. This DJ Moore was the.
How many wide receivers do you need on your team? Do you need more than one?
A guy you don't have to get all testy about.
All right. We got our one.
What's your number 4 pick? Yeah, crap apple.
All right. Arizona. They're gonna take the guy I want at 9, Odunze.
Okay.
Yep.
So you wanted to pick 2 wide receivers in the draft? Is that what you're saying?
I didn't. Chicago already got theirs.
Okay. All right.
Now, if we got Caleb Williams 1, then Odunze.
Okay. Come on here, buddy. What are you? You're changing up the rules here, man. What's going on?
Yeah. No, we've already got our quarterback, so we don't need
Caleb
Williams.
Okay.
Now, in case people haven't figured it out, we're keeping Fields.
Okay.
Draft.
All right.
Okay. From what I said last week.
All right. So here's number with the 5th pick. Who are the Chargers trading with, buddy? Who are the Chargers trading with? Number 5 pick.
They're not trading with anybody.
Okay. Go ahead.
Is it my pick again?
Yes.
Jeez.
You're the odds. You're 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. You go first.
The Chargers are taking Neighbors, another wide receiver.
Gotcha.
But a different team. So just because I drafted 3 wide receivers doesn't mean they're all starting on my team.
Oh, Nolan. I have Odunze going to the Chargers because they're going to lose one of their speedsters. I think Keenan Allen is going to be gone this year. So I got the Chargers picking Rome Odunze. Okay, number 6.
With Odunze?
Yep. Number 6, I got the Giants keeping Daniel Jones, and they're going to select Malik Neighbors as a wide receiver. So that would be 3 wide receivers in a row for me. So it'll be 3 quarterbacks, 3 wide receivers. Are you seeing a pattern here, brother?
See the pattern. So I got 3 running backs coming up next. Is that what we're doing? Or are we just going off free agency?
So I had to push like free agency out of my mind because a lot of these teams, this will change obviously with free agency. So we'll do another one after that. But this is what, just from all the, believe it or not, we do our research. We kind of read up on teams and what they're looking for and all that sort of stuff. So this was just my thought. So I think he's going to go to the Giants Neighbors. Golly
boy.
Okay. So what's your number 6 pick, Nolan?
All right. So with the 6th pick, the Atlanta Falcons have jumped into the Giants spot.
Okay.
With the trade. And I know it's pretty late in the draft already, but this is where Drake May will go. He will go to the Giants at number 6.
You just said you traded it to Atlanta.
Or Atlanta, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, the Giants traded out. Atlanta is going to draft Drake May. You're confusing me.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep you on task here, bro.
And with
Okay, now pick number 7 is what?
So okay, go ahead.
No,
you're 7 now.
Yeah,
7 is going to go with that big offensive tackle from Notre Dame,
Joe Alt. Alt. Okay. And I have that also. I think that'll probably be the only one that you and I will agree on. He's going to the Titans, Joe Alt.
Yeah.
Okay. So number 8, I have Atlanta selecting somebody on the defense here because they're going to get their quarterback via free agency or trade or whatever. I got Dallas Turner. He's a defensive end. he's going to be playing for the Falcons because the Falcons are in need of a quarterback. So I could see them going with Drake May, or I can see them trading or signing a big free agent. Because I think the Falcons are probably one quarterback away from being a pretty damn good team in an NFC South that isn't the best. And then I also think their defense needs a little help. And I did see something today that they were interested in Baker Mayfield too. And I'm like,
Ooh,
yeah, I think they're just throwing everything out there just to make people talk, you know? So, okay. That was my number 8. So you're up for 8.
I already did my 8.
No, you didn't.
Mine was
It'll be the Giants pick.
Yeah, and I said Arnold. Oh, I didn't. I wrote it down. Arnold from Alabama, the cornerback. They're going D-back.
Okay. And that's the Giants, not the Falcons.
Giants.
Okay.
No, the Giants and Falcons switched their pick. Remember,
Okay.
there was a trade a couple of things.
Yes, I do. I do remember. Do you? Do you
I remember?
Okay.
I got all the chicken scratch all over the place.
I know it because you've trained it up about 6 or 7 times. So now we're on number 9.
We are.
And that's you. You start.
That would be my Chicago Bears.
Yes.
And the Chicago Bears are taking Bowers, the tight end. There's many questions around that pick, but I think they might pull the trigger on him.
Okay. And this could certainly change with free agency, but for the Bears, I think they're going to draft that Latui. He's a defensive end.
Yeah, they visited with him yesterday.
Yep, and I think the Bears have Montez Sweat, and I think he'd be a good good compliment for that kind of a Grizzly veteran along with a rookie, kind of teaching them the ropes. So I think that'd be a good pick for the Bears.
Yeah.
So. Okay, number 10. Got the Jets. They need some help with protecting Aaron Rodgers. And so I have them, and I don't know how he pronounces his first name, but is it Talisi Fauga? And he's a big offensive tackle. And I can see him coming into the Jets to help really shore up that line.
All right.
And your number 10 would be?
All right, my number 10, the New York Jets will trade their pick to the Denver Broncos, and the Denver Broncos will select J.J. McCarthy right before the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay. Very good. Pick number 11 is the Vikings. Do you want me to go first since it's my team?
Yeah, you better go 11.
Oh, okay.
Who's the 12 pick?
The Broncos.
Oh, the Jets went there. Okay, sorry. Okay. Like I said, I got chicken scratch all over, boy.
You're not there.
McCarthy to Denver. Okay.
Yes. There you go. You got that now?
Yes.
Okay. For my number 11 pick, I got Byron Murphy II is going to be coming to the Vikings. And so the Vikings will have on defense Byron Murphy Jr. and Byron Murphy II. And he's a defensive end from Texas.
That sounds like a fun dream you're having.
It's just I just think my idea of the Vikings, Cousins is coming back, JJ staying. They got a good offense, but they need a little help on the defense. So that's my number 11. Who do you got the Vikings taking?
Well, I've at the 11 pick, I could sense myself sitting there watching the draft clock tick away. And as it expires,
so you're saying the
New York
freaking
Jets
are going to come in.
And they're going to draft Bo Nix ahead of the Vikings. And at that point, the Minnesota Vikings will not make a pick.
So they go to the 12th pick is what you're saying.
Well, they do, but then they blow that too. So
why you got to be so crabby, man? Here I am talking up your Bears team, thinking that they're going to get probably the best quarterback to come out in a long time.
Yep.
And a pretty darn good defensive end guy coming out. And then you got to go and say that the Vikings are going to screw it up. That's what you're saying.
Oh, you're unstable today. You're very
I'm
unstable.
not. I am not unstable. So, my 12th pick, if you remember, the Broncos traded with the Jets. I don't know what the other compensation is going to be. I just go 1-for-1 on the first round pick, and they'll probably get like a second round pick or a third round pick in 2019 or 2027 or whatever. But I think the Patriots at number 12 will take JJ McCarthy as their next quarterback.
Okay.
And that's it.
You're not going to stick with Mac Jones, you don't think? He's on my fantasy team, you know.
I
What
I
is
don't.
Mac Jones going to do?
I don't know, Nolan. That actually intrigues me. So he had a pretty good rookie season, right? I mean,
Yep.
if I remember right. And then the last 2 years, could it have been Belichick being down on him, or that whole
Yeah, I don't know.
Tom Brady
needs to-
this, Tom Brady that, and maybe Jared Mayo comes in and says, "Hey, he's our guy," and we're gonna the term that I hate most, run it back, but we're gonna run it back with him, with Mac Jones. How many years do you give a quarterback, Nolan, to really say he is the guy or he isn't the guy?
I think you got to give him 5.
You got to go 5. I was going to say between that 4 and 5.
Well, it all depends on what your coaching staff. Now, the Bears had 3 years of 3 different coaches, 3 different offensive coordinators. You can't fairly blame a quarterback for not catching on to an offense if you're switching it every year. So,
well, but if your quarterback's good enough, I think I get that point. I'm just trying to think, like, so who were the last 3 for Chicago? Who was it? You had Getsy. He was there for 2 years though, right?
Getsy was there for, was he 2 years? Yeah, he was.
I think he was 2 years.
I thought he was 1.
Because Eberflus brought him in, right? And Eberflus has been there 2 years. Because when it was Nagy, who was the OC, Nagy was the OC, obviously, but
yeah, and he set us back a while. It was Luke Getsy.
Yep.
Bill Lazor was the offensive coordinator for the Bears in 20 and 21. Getsy was just 22 and 23.
Yeah.
Mark Helfrich was 18 to 19.
No relation to Cheryl.
No, unfortunately.
No. Yeah.
Well, they don't even have Adam Gase, 15. Dole Loggins was 16 to 17.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's. Fields had 2 years.
About the Mike Tice season when they went 10 and 6.
Yeah. So Fields had Getsy for 2 years. I thought he played pretty well. Fields. Yeah. So why? So you were first. Now you were saying that Fields is going to be gone, but now you think they're going to keep him
in this draft.
Okay. So you really don't know what?
No, I have no idea. But everything I'm leaning to now, it's just like I don't think Fields is going to Atlanta.
Okay.
They just put something on X that says Arthur Blank has basically told his front office staff, do what you got to do, pay what you got to pay, get it done. Everybody that I've talked to, agents, other coaches and scouts, guys around the league, that's the feeling, and that's what they are hearing. The Falcons are putting all their attention on Cousins.
Well, good.
But as Minnesota said, he's not going to get nothing better than Minnesota.
That's right, boy.
Except for nicer weather and
playing in a dome, all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know. So if the Bears, and now that we've unraveled the mystery of your draft, if the Bears were going to stick with Fields, don't you think they already would have come out and said, "Hey, we're sticking with Fields"?
I think they have already told him. They say that now. Their amount of picks or anything, the compensation they get for that number 1 pick is. I don't
buy it, because people are going to, because if they say, "Hey, we're going to keep Fields," and then everybody's going to say, "We're going to give you more for that number 1 pick," knowing that Caleb Williams is available.
Yeah,
I think
as far as everybody knows, Caleb Williams is available.
Well, right, but I think I I think you get more from a draft pick, more trade options if you say Justin Fields is our quarterback and we're looking to trade the number one, because then people are going to put together a whole bunch of, and if you don't and you got the number one pick, you draft Marvin Harrison Jr. I was giving you crap about. I think he's a game changer.
But he's not showing up for his interview this morning.
He's not. Okay.
No.
Is he a number one pick? I don't know. I mean, you and I both agree you draft what's best for your team. And
Bears do need a wide receiver.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I think they're going to tackle the offensive line probably in free agency.
Okay.
They're going to sign Jalen Johnson to shore up the backside of the defense. They'll probably draft an edge rusher. If not, they'll sign Danielle Hunter.
You don't think Chase Young's coming to the Bears?
I don't know. I heard that like quite a few weeks back, but that kind of smoldered.
I think it's gaining steam again. I saw some things on it. I just, and I've been trying to stay off of Twitter because I get angry, like we talked about earlier, all the people saying, oh, this is gonna happen. I read some stuff on Justin Jefferson and his girlfriend or some gal he had a one night stand. It's like, come on, man. I mean, so I just delete those guys that post stuff like that. But it's just so the teams know what they're gonna do. They're not gonna frickin' bring it out and tell us. I don't think, right?
No. But I do love the combine, how they're interviewing all these quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I've already read 2 different things today. JJ McCarthy would love to be a Bear. He loves Soldier Field. He loves all this. He would love to play in Soldier Field. Now I just run across here. JJ wants to be a Viking so bad. I don't blame him. They've got a 26-second excerpt of him saying something about. So I'm sure every question is, hey, what do you think about the Vikings? I mean,
what do you think about this? Yeah, you don't go in and say, like they asked Caleb Williams this morning, like, what do you think of the Bears? You think he's going to go on there and say, oh shit, the Bears suck, man.
Yeah, I hope they don't keep the number one pick.
Yeah, you don't. All that does is just creates more drama. And as a mature, however old he is, I thought he answered the question pretty Sweden, if you ask me, or Switzerland, whichever one is the neutral. There couldn't have been a better answer. He's like, hey, they were 7-10 last year. Yeah. They got a great defense. They got some pretty good offensive parts, and away they go. That's how you have to answer it. But I don't know. So, question for you: you seen some of those big guys run that 40, right?
Oh boy, yeah,
yeah.
When are we running ours?
I don't know. I was just going to ask you.
I don't know if I want to risk pulling a hammy or
I'll run it, but I'm not going to video it because I don't want the hammy to go or your hammy to go. So what do you think you could do a 40 in? I don't even know. I mean,
I have no idea.
I bet
7, 8. I don't know.
Okay. Now,
I know it won't be under 5. I can tell you that.
You think you could get it to 6? I bet you we could do it in 6. Well, maybe not. I don't know. What's Rich Eisen run it in?
I'm not sure what Rich Eisen does, but I think what I'll do is I'm going to go mark it out because I'm running it on concrete, not the cement or the grass.
Grass, turf.
Yeah. That's going to slow you down. I don't have turf in Hettinger, so. So I would have to go.
I'll go out and. Oh, my neighbor's gone for the weekend. He's up at the wrestling finals, but I'll have him and I will probably do it on Sunday. See what we can run.
You can do it yourself. You just
no.
When you take off and then when your hammy goes, you hit it.
Yeah, well, I want somebody there to help me out in case it does go.
True. That's true.
The hammy or the knee gets blown, but I mean, those guys like 300 pounds are getting close to like under 5. That's amazing.
Yeah.
To me, I mean, that's like freaking.
I'm gonna go measure it out.
Okay. And you're gonna say, holy cow, that's a long.
So what would 40
way.
yards be? Would that be a block?
40
yards. A
yards.
little bit longer than the block.
I don't know.
So you're looking at what? Huh?
40 yards is a long way, bro.
What's a block? Is that like 100 and some feet?
Let me check here. How long is a city block? We maybe should have looked this up
Oh.
before we.
What's a block? Is that like 100 and some feet? Check it out.
I didn't even ask her for help, and she started
She started talking about it.
talking to me like 100 and some feet. So it says here, let's go back to Caleb Williams, his decision to skip the medical testing of the scouting combine.
Well, that's just stupidity. That's just people trying to make stuff up. Buddy.
Yeah.
He said in his interview that the people that interview me will get my medical records.
You did your research, boy.
I
Good
did.
job.
I was just throwing that out there to get a rise out of you this morning. So I knew what he had already said.
You saw it on X and you jumped the gun. I know.
Oh, baloney sausage. That's not who I am. So it's like 1/20th of a mile is a city block.
Still doesn't help me.
80 meters. So now we got to
Still
go
doesn't help
80. Yeah, I know. How long is 80 meters in feet?
120 feet is 40 yards, right? Because every yard is 3 feet.
Oh, let's just.
Marvin Harrison Jr. skipping his media presser is a big deal. Huge red flag, says Dave. Has a blue check mark next to him on X. Must be legit.
Dave. In yards.
About
so
the,
a city block is 87 yards. So it's about a half a block.
A city block is
Really? Yeah.
Oh, I could run it. I could run it out here then. I got an alley. I start on Main, I end at the alley.
Are you gonna video it? You gonna video it?
I don't know if I'll video it or not.
So again, here we go back to some Snapchat. The other night, the Hall of Famer was out shooting hoops with his daughter. Do you want to take it? Do you want to take it from here and tell us the story?
So I said, well, the first one I sent you,
First I said, let me see Izzy's 3-point shot, and she freaking nailed like 4 in a row.
Well, this was after the free throw I made.
Yeah, right.
One-handed free throw. You're like, well, let's see Izzy's 3. So she made a 3.
Yeah. You did a couple of them. I saw like 3 of them.
Yeah. And then I went and grabbed the ball on the other side of the gym. I said, I'm gonna tape some 3-pointers as well.
Okay.
And as I'm coming back, she goes, shoot it there. So she starts recording, throw it up from half court, nothing but the bottom of the net. Chad seems to think that I took 15 takes. If you would look at the time frame on the snaps, they weren't more than a minute apart.
I'm just giving you. Well, yeah, you can I could record a video yesterday of me doing something and said, "Hey, Nolan."
Boy. No, this was all live. I do live stuff. I don't tape and resend, and mine's live. So then I did a 3-pointer, and it took me, I think, 2 or 3 times to hit the 3, but I was also doing fancy dribbles between the legs fading away. And
yeah, I know that half court shot was pretty damn impressive. I was like, okay. And you put a little 3 in the corner. I was like, yeah, I'd give you 4 for that, buddy.
And if you want me to walk in the gym tonight and do it again, I'll do it again for you. Even if I miss it, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, you'll miss it.
Every day I'll walk in, I'll do 1 half court shot.
Oh, that's fine.
And we'll see what my percentage is out of 365.
You know, the way you talked on the phone yesterday when Becky and I were talking to you, you're pretty proud of that moment that you drained that half quarter. Good for you. I mean, that's great. I mean, that's like,
and over the years, I will tell you that I've made numerous half court shots during practices.
Just throwing them up there.
I'll go, all right, girls, if I make this, practice is over. And they're like, yeah. And then I like make it. They're like, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
They all run off the court before you change your mind and all that.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Well, did you see Texas Tech safety Tyler Owens?
I did.
While interviewed at the combine, he doesn't believe in space. I don't think there's other planets and stuff like that. And he believes the world is flat.
Kind of sounds like a Detroit Lion being drafted right there, don't you?
You think so?
Yeah. Isn't that what Kyrie Irving believes too, that the earth is flat?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of Texas Tech and that, and then people were throwing stuff out on the court. Did you see that? Texas
No.
Tech basketball versus Texas Longhorns, and it's like the last game they'll ever play because Texas is moving, away from the Big 12. So one of the Texas players, like, really just drilled a Texas Tech player into the bench and hip checked him and all that stuff, and so they threw him out. And then people started throwing water bottles on the court. That's dangerous to begin with.
Yeah,
You don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to do that. But how do there's that. But let's say Heidegger's playing their big rival, and that big rival's the number one. Heidegger Scranton's playing who I don't know who it would be. Nolan. I don't know the number one teams in your area. So, but you guys beat them. They're the number one team. They come to your gym. Would you have a problem with your students rushing the court and like congratulating their fellow classmates on beating the number one team?
No, I didn't. I wouldn't.
You wouldn't have a problem with that.
No.
Why is the media having a problem with it all of a sudden? Like when
Because
Caitlin Clark got,
hurt.
but she, I mean, if you look at it from the different, and then the guy from Duke, I will say, one of the Wake Forest guys pushed him, and they shouldn't do that. They shouldn't be like pushing any other player or anything like that. But I just, I don't know.
Like it's with anything. I mean, 1 out of 800 times somebody's going to get hurt.
Right.
It's just like
but neither one of them got hurt.
Picking up a chicken bone every day for your life, and one of those days you might get a chicken bone go down your throat.
That's true. So I don't know. Don't take the excitement out of it. I remember being a junior at Mayo High School, and John Marshall was our rival. And they were a pretty good basketball team, and we went into their gym, and Mayo beat JM, and we stormed the frickin' court. And I still remember that, jumping up and down and just having I mean, that's what excitement of sports brings you. And if they're taking the fun away of it, because and I will agree, there are some dumb people. Don't ever throw shit on the court. That's just stupid.
Yeah,
that's
even
just
at concerts too.
Huh?
Even at concerts.
Oh yeah.
Don't throw stuff. I mean, these guys are.
You want to throw a paper airplane, that's fine, but don't throw.
Oh, I could still poke an eye out though, Chad.
Well, that's true. You're right, and it probably would be caught on Twitter or something like that. Exactly. So I just find it. Let's keep the fun in sports and all that.
Yeah.
Sort of stuff.
So the NFL Players Association had a vote, and they ranked the top 32 teams and all that stuff. You saw all that?
Yeah, we talked about it on our last podcast.
Yeah, but now Minnesota's 2, Miami's 1,
right?
Kansas City's 32. Would you want that owner, that franchise, to be in Minnesota?
So because they win. Digging into this a little bit more that I did. The players from Kansas City don't like the owner because the owner suite at Arrowhead Stadium is like ginormous. Like it's like a house. And so what made the Vikings so attractive in that is like they have daycare there. So you can bring your kid, you drop your kid off, and then you go practice. Or the moms can, when they come to the games, they can drop the kids off and go watch the game without their kids. And being a parent, I remember taking younger kids to games, and it's like, I can't enjoy the game. I have to go and frickin' do all this and make sure Noah doesn't jump off. We're up in the nosebleeds, and I don't want him jumping off the frickin' concourse D. We're way up in the nosebleeds all the way down to concourse A, because then I don't have a son anymore. I mean, so there's that. Yeah, and they just come out with the Chiefs are number. Well, you gotta look into it a little bit more before you start thinking like, oh, Chiefs suck. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing something right. Their coach,
right. They're getting the Super Bowl.
and they've so. It's just so stupid. What does that prove anyways? Seriously, what does that prove, Nolan?
Yeah.
I mean, KNDC, what's the general manager like there? Is he a pretty decent guy? Is he? I mean, what?
No, the reason I said that,
because it's you.
Yeah, but on social media, you know, when you hit refresh on X and you get new things pop up,
Yeah.
and there's always, I mean, the backlash and the stuff that's on here is. So the guy's name is Justin Fields Fan Club.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah,
So
yeah,
take it for what it's worth.
yeah.
Caleb Williams, I compare myself to Aaron Rodgers off the field. I'm a selfish, cocky prick just like him. On the field, I'm like Zach Wilson. I play really well versus poor competition, but struggle versus good defenses like Notre Dame. And they got these emojis of bright white eyes. And yeah, I don't know. What will the Chargers do with their pick? Will they go wide receiver, or will they try to trade Herbert? Will they try to bring any Michigan players in?
I don't know. Do you think he'd want McCarthy? Do you think?
I don't know. Or does he know that McCarthy's probably not an NFL quarterback? He
Well,
sees it every day.
that's the thing. I don't know. Would you? I know you're not a Herbert fan, right?
I haven't really been, no.
Is it because of the coach, or is it just because they have that San
I think
Diego
a lot of it-
affiliation?
The coach. I think it's the coach.
Okay,
I think Harbaugh's going to turn that. It's going to
they're
take
gonna
a
be
while.
good. I don't know, man.
They won't beat the Chiefs. They'll take care of Denver.
They'll thump the Raiders. So
Yeah.
they'll finish second. And I think the Chargers are getting a little bit older though too, Nolan. When you look at them, like they got a little salary cap bump.
Yeah.
You know, I almost traded the Vikings out of the number 11 pick. I was going to move them down a little bit
Yeah.
more, and I think that could happen if Cousins is signed. I think they could drop a little bit.
Here's another thing that just popped up. Breaking news. Justin Fields for Jordan Addison. You pair Addison with Williams.
That's not going to happen.
No, I know. And then this
See-
one guy,
See who- what?
SB24.
Oh,
JJ
that-
doesn't have a playoff win. Let's not extend him. Makes sense, right?
Yeah, that guy's a clown.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm not even following this guy and he keeps popping up. How's that work?
Because I do, and I like call him out on the stupid things that he says.
Oh,
Did you see my breaking news tweet I did yesterday? That'd be a yes or a no.
on the Facebook?
No, on the actual Twitter.
No.
I put nobody knows what's going on with Kirk Cousins
Oh,
except
yes.
Kirk Cousins. Until then, keep the rumors coming. Some of you are taking some high quality stuff.
Yeah, there's some good ones out here. It's like
Yeah.
I went for 2 days straight, just like picking up my phone, refreshing, and I found out like, you know what? Nothing is going to happen for a while.
Right. So we're 10 days away from the actual, we can start kind of talking with free agents, even though we know that it's going on right now anyways.
Yep. The combine's going to wrap up.
Yeah.
I think we'll know, as you said, I think you said after the weekend where Cousins is going.
Where
And
Cousins
Fields.
is going or Fields.
Well, I thought you just say Fields. I thought you said
I just
Cousins.
said Fields. Yeah, no.
Well, we're going to know if Fields don't go to Atlanta, you know where Cousins is going. Atlanta
No,
is
and I
going to get
told-
one of those two, I think.
Okay. Do you see Fields going to the Raiders at all? You see anything?
I don't see the Raiders. No, I don't think the Raiders. I think if they're going to do it, they're going to trade up. They're going to get Daniels.
Really? Okay. Yeah,
And
that's
then
a chance.
Dan Orlovsky, your favorite guy, still hasn't come on our podcast. He says the Bears should draft Jaden Daniels. It's like, let's draft Justin Fields' twin. Yeah, let's do that.
Justin Fields 2.0. But Dan Orlowski is like a guy that, see his footwork. This is the footwork. And this is the guy that ran out of the back of the end zone.
Dan Orlovsky's never had footwork. He's never had.
Yeah.
But did you see
He's-
some of those videos of these guys playing catch in the
JJ McCarthy throwing. Yeah.
my
Yep.
gosh, Daniels had one that just like right over the glass. I mean, it was just like, wow.
So again, Nolan, you and I, and I'm not saying we could throw it as fast as they could, but if we had enough practice, we could throw a pretty good pass.
Yeah.
Like you get a good one out of every probably 10 now. It's like
So
a
how
perfect
good
spiral.
are you at kicking field goals?
Oh, I have never been good at kicking anything.
Oh,
I just
So,
kick ass. I'm just
start-
kicking ass.
Start warming up. You can't even lift your foot that high, boy.
So, so my kicking knee is still a little bum.
Oh, that's your
I-
kicking knee. Oh,
Yes.
How about by
So-
graduation? You be able to kick a field goal by graduation?
I'll give it a shot again as long as there's no.
Oh, I got a
no-
buddy here. We went
as
out
long as
last
there's
year. I think
no
it was
cameras
February.
there. Yeah.
And we were kicking with snow on the ground.
Yeah.
And I think we both got the 27-yard line. We each hit.
Did you?
We
Okay.
both hit 37 yarders, like barely.
What's an extra point? Is
My
that 20?
leg hurt for like.
Oh, did you stretch before you did? Or
No,
you
I
just go,
didn't
all right, let's
No.
go kick
No,
field goal."
extra point would be you line up at 3, 7, probably about a 20-some yarder.
No, you're further back than that, aren't you? Now, aren't you? Like, did they move it back? Because of if you go for 2, you get to be on the 2.
Oh, okay. So
And if you kick a field goal, you got to be further back because they want to go to
well,
people
okay,
to go for
30,
2.
maybe 30.
Yeah. So you could make a 30. I could
Well,
probably not
not
on my first one. Yeah, not on my first one would I make a field goal.
No.
It would probably take me 4 or 5 to really kind of figure out where I need to kick the ball. And then my knee would be like, no, sir.
Yeah.
No.
Like, I don't know if I want to bring you out. Maybe we want to play around the golf first.
Well, there's that. I want to try and hit from that machine, like a kind of work our way up from like a 70-mile-per-hour fastball to an. Does it do
Oh,
that?
that's right. Yeah, we're gonna do
That-
that too.
Does
We
it
gotta
do that?
Golf first or baseball?
Well, I would. That doesn't matter because I'm not worried about getting hurt from the baseball. I mean, it's not going to hit me, right? It's just going to come in.
It's gonna
It's like-
come in straight. It's just gonna.
Yeah. There's going to be no curve to it. But does it move up from like 60 to 65 to 70 to
Yep.
75?
We
Okay.
can. We can.
That
Yeah,
and that's how I would want to do it is like start out slow, just to get your swing going.
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
when that 90-mile-per-hour goes, and then you go. I want my back to be nice and loose.
We'll put a helmet on you.
Well, of course.
You want catcher's gear on too in the rib section
I'm
in
thinking
case?
so. Yeah, I'm thinking we'll probably have to
because
do
it's
that.
an older pitching machine. I mean, it could veer off. I don't know.
Yeah. So helmet, catcher's mask.
It's like Randy Johnson said. It's like I don't think I'd stand in for Randy Johnson's 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
Oh God, no! Because you don't
But-
know if it's.
Yeah, even if he
Yeah.
guaranteed me, no, I'm going to hit the mitt. You don't know that. He doesn't. I mean, you've seen him pitch. I mean, if he could hit the glove every time, he would.
Yeah. Well, he hit a bird once.
Yeah, he did. He blew that bird up good.
Yeah, he did. So, all right, my brother. This has been a good one. I liked your mock draft after we got you kind of figured out like which way you going here, brother.
Well, with this was it. I mean, look at all those.
Yeah, mine was kind of the same. I had alt going down lower today than I did, and then I had alt actually going to the Jets, but then I realized, like, you know what? I think Tennessee needs one too, but Tennessee's going to have a different running back this year, so I don't know. So we'll do one maybe after free agencies, like
Well,
a good weekend.
They get on live this weekend for
Yeah.
just minutes.
If
if
like
something-
Fields goes,
Fields,
or if,
Cousins, Jefferson, any of these guys make a splash somewhere and something's going on, we will.
I don't think we'll know anything about Cousins anytime soon. I think Cousins will be March 11th on the Cousins.
You think so?
Maybe well, not necessarily. I would say if Fields goes to Atlanta, the only other place I see Cousins going to is the Raiders.
Yeah.
And I don't think he would go to Los Angeles.
Another breaking news on X. This guy puts out there at Skoll Brothers 0 Super Bowls, 1 playoff win. That would be referring to Kirk Cousins, I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. SB24 comes on. Every Viking quarterback ever, 0 Super Bowl wins. So what are they wanting? I mean, you got to stick with Kirk Cousins. I think that's what they got to do. I don't think they start over with the quarterback. I think they got to go with Cousins 2 years. Unfortunately, it's going to cost him $70 million, but
Yeah. And I I see the Vikings grabbing Bo Nix in the second round. Do you think Bo Nix is a first round quarterback?
No.
Second round?
Yeah, possibly.
I think you can wager a second on him. And again, depending on all free agency, I could see the Vikings moving back in the first round and acquiring more picks from people. Because at 11, you still, first round, you got a good pick no matter what.
Yeah.
I think. There's 30 good players out there, but I could see them moving back and getting a little bit more. Not like the Rick Spielman. We're going to trade our first round and our second round for 15 seventh round picks. Rick Spielman was the guru of keeping those seventh round picks, and boy, he made them work.
Yeah. I use those to move up into the fifth round.
Yeah. We'll give you.
I'll give you 4 sevenths for your fifth.
Or your fifth, and then we're going to take somebody. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, I hope something happens here over the
weekend.
weekend.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll be talking.
To have a little crappy weather outside, so
really, all right. Well, we've got almost 60 today, 60 tomorrow, and 70 on Sunday.
70 on Sunday. Let me see what. Yeah,
yeah, we got. But it's kind of windy here today, though, brother. Just to let you know.
So it feels like 50. Let's see your Hettinger. All right. Hettinger today. We're at 53, then 52 on Saturday, 31 on Sunday, 38 on Monday, 40s the rest of the week, 40s and 50s.
Burr. That's quite.
Why are you guys in the 70s? What's up with that?
I don't know. It's going to be warm. I don't know. So FanDuel just put out the NFC North odds. The Lions are favored to win the NFC North. Packers aren't far behind. The Vikings and the Bears, both who have quarterback questions, are further back. So plus 145. What is that? The Lions are plus 145, Nolan. Talk to me about that.
You bet $100, you make 145.
Okay. And then the Packers are at 230, and then the Vikings are at 420, and the Bears are at 440.
Yeah. So you bet $100, you would get.
So if I bet
if you bet 50, 100, split it in half, 220.
Okay. So if I put $100 on the Bears to win the Central Division and they're at 440, I would win $440.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Or 220 if I was really cheap.
Yeah, if you just want to do 50. I mean, still 220 is 220. I mean, plus your bet back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I get that.
Because my feeling is it's like I don't think you bet on the for sure because you're really not going to make any money there.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you double your money, but it's always nice to double your money, I guess, if you're talking thousands. And, but if you're going to bet $10 to make 11, what's the point?
Okay. So here is your SB24's latest tweet. You know he will be a bust if Florio thinks he's good. Talking about Caleb Williams.
Does Florio think he's going to be good?
Yeah, well, you said Pro Football Talk said that they love him.
He's done. Yeah, I did
that's
say
Florio.
Yeah, Pro Football Talk.
Yeah. And then they're doing do you want the Vikings back? This SB24 Vikings fan, do you want Cousins back in 2024? Your RT for yes, like for no. It's 26 for the yes and 24 for the no. So there you have it. There you have it, my brother.
Vikings met with quarterback Michael Penix. Michael Penix said it was great. I feel like that's a good organization over there. They show a lot of good things, got a lot of good players as well. I felt very confident in
that meeting. Very, very, very Switzerland there, my friend. Very, very Switzerland. So, all right, buddy. Well, let's hope we get some talking points this weekend, and we'll see what's going on. I am predicting that we will know Justin Fields' future by Sunday.
I think we'll know Cousins too.
Okay.
If Fields doesn't go to Atlanta, if he's staying in Chicago, the door is open for Kirk Cousins to go to Atlanta. Because I think Kirk Cousins is going to feel that he is not loved in Minnesota by a majority of the people, except for Justin Jefferson.
I think Kirk Cousins could care less about what the fans in Minnesota feel towards him.
Yeah, but you also got it with the owners. Because if you're telling him he can go find something not going to find anything better, then
that's rumored.
That's just a rumor, but all right, buddy. Take care. Bear down.